Hi, my name is Genevieve Robertson, and I'm a visual artist with a background in environmental studies based in British Columbia. My practice encompasses drawing, painting, video, and writing, and is often place-based and collaborative. Through explorations of material and site, I seek to learn from elements and ecologies using alchemical, often contemplative processes, contextualized by this period of large-scale extractive development, mass extinction, and climate catastrophe. For the past several years, my work has primarily focused on water. It has included several multi-year projects, each involving extensive physical exploration, conversations with people from diverse disciplines, and material experimentation. My physical movement has mimicked the movement of water through the riverine and marine geographies I've been producing work in relation to. Still Running Water, featured in an exercise in listening, was a contribution to river relations, a beholder's share of the Columbia River, which was a 2-year interdisciplinary artistic research project undertaken by a collective of artists, geographers, and poets, with the shared goal of responding to the extensive damming of the Columbia River and the renegotiation of the Columbia River Treaty. Still Running Water records the Columbia River from source to mouth, 14 monolithic dams, and the demolished town sites and flooded forests in the reservoirs behind them. The filming process was essentially an attempt to grasp the immense scale of the river and the complex geopolitical relationships playing out on it through a series of static video shots taken along the river over 2 years. The project does not assert a narrative structure, rather allows the river and the changes impressed upon it to form a connective tissue. My question at the heart of this work is, how does this vast watershed geography emblemize issues of ethical watershed governance, Indigenous, non-Indigenous, and trans-border relationships, and regional, national, and global futures for energy production? While video is an important documentation medium for me, drawing with found pigments collected in various sites has become a way to link my interests in biology, geologic time, and environmental studies with contemporary art. Through collecting, processing, and drawing with unconventional materials, I have learned about their elemental compositions, properties of coagulation and entropy, and most importantly, the places where they are located. My work has been materially linked to specific regions, including the Kootenays, the Salish Sea, the Oregon coast, and the Fraser and Columbia rivers. This has allowed me to explore issues such as resource extraction, energy production, marine and terrestrial oil transportation, and regional effects of climate change. I have drawn with silt, seawater, crude bitumen, coal, forest fire-derived charcoal, raw graphite, calcium carbonate from shells, and marine algae, and also botanical plants. I have found that working with these culturally loaded materials exposes them in a nuanced way that can be viewed intimately or applied to larger questions about ecology and human, non-human relationships. I'm interested in using found materials as a way of entangling myself in the process of landscape representation and the history of scientific illustration by harvesting, collecting, excavating, and drawing with found materials. I implicate myself in relationship to the history of these representations and the use of these materials. I'm always asking, how can my drawings push back, become dangerous, unwieldy, or have their own presence or agency beyond what they reference? The use of found materials gives them this unpredictability and life of their own. Alluvial fan, a drawing featured in an exercise in listening, is made from silt collected from the 𝘓𝘯, McNary, Kinbasket, and Roosevelt reservoirs on the Columbia River. It's a speculative meditation on the shoreline of an undammed river, in which silt is allowed to make its way to the sea and deposit sediment for a healthy shoreline. While filming Still Running Water, I became fascinated with the process of silt deposition, how it is carried in the water column from glaciated rivers in the mountains all the way to the ocean, if it's uninterrupted.